Diane Moria Swerdlow with another edition of HealthyLivingForExpansions.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really wonderful truffle treat that I did this last January in our Hyperspace Oversoul Extravaganza and they loved. So I've kind of shown you another version, just a general truffles, but this is a little fancier one and it's fun to make and it's fun to eat. So I want to direct your attention down here. What I'm going to do is start off with 4 dark chocolate, 88% cocoa, organic. And I already did 3 bars and chopped them up, but I want to show you how easy it is. So I just be sure you have your fingers away from the bottom of your knife, so make a fist. And this will help the melting of the chocolate when you get that far. Okay, and then you just want to go the other direction. And make smaller pieces and it just melts a little faster. You can see it just takes a few seconds, and I'm going to add this into the other bars that I already done. And then I'm going to go ahead, I've been melting in here 2 tablespoons or a half of a stick of organic butter. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of organic with the heavy whipping cream. It's going to go in. We're going to get this warm. We really don't want it to boil because that's when things start to separate. We just want to get it hot. Then we're going to pour it over our chocolate and melt the chocolate. And while that's happening, I'm going to add in about a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of organic vanilla extract. Let's see how this is coming. Now your other option is you can always get a larger pot and then put your chocolate in the pot. But for what we're going to do, I think this is going to be the best version. And then once we get the chocolate melted, we're just going to add in some marshmallows. Now I have shown you these before. These are plush puffs. And I've already gone ahead and chopped up what I want to put in. They have about 7 carbs a piece, and I have about 100 carbs worth. Now what I've done with these is I've let them get a little dry because it is easier to chop them into smaller pieces. But again, it's up to you how you want to have your marshmallows. And the other thing, it does absorb a little bit of the liquid, so it makes them a little chewier, which is the way we like them. So you can see the steam is starting to come off the top. It's not boiling, but it's getting hot. I don't want it to boil if we can avoid that. It's hot enough to melt the chocolate. I think that should be good. So let's just pour this on top. And then while everything is still hot, we're going to stir it all together so we can get our chocolate melted. Now if you wind up with lumps of chocolate, it's okay because it will just go right along with your truffles. People will think they're eating a little chocolate chip in there. You can see how it's getting nice and smooth and creamy. You can always add more chocolate or put in different kinds of chocolate. I use vanilla. If you wanted, you could put in a little almond extract, rum extract, anything that you particularly enjoy. You can see how easy that is to get that melted. As I said, these are 4 bars or a total of about 12 ounces or 3/4 of a pound of chocolate. And if I can, I like to get most of the lumps out, but sometimes everything has a mind of its own and does its own thing, so we'll work with what we've got. Now, one of the reasons I don't add any extra sugar is because the items that we put in here are generally pretty sweet. The marshmallows are very sweet, even though they're only 7 carbs, and I mentioned you can get them from plushpuffs.com. They are not made with corn syrup. However, I have found a couple of theirs specialty flavors are made with corn syrup. So if you're trying to avoid corn syrup, which is not good for the pancreas, then I suggest that you be sure you read the ingredients before you purchase. Get the rest of my cream out of there. Add that in. Alright, so these are the marshmallows I've already cut up. I'm just going to put those in. And those are the sweetest. And then I'll go ahead and show you how easy it is to cut them once they're a little bit dry. I just cut them in a few pieces. There's chocolate on my board, but that's alright. I'm going to go in there and get chocolate anyway. So you can see they hold their shape a little bit better and a little bit easier. Then I'd always talk to you about my gluten-free graham crackers. I have, again, about 100 carbs worth. I went ahead and cut these up. I'm going to put those on top, but I left these out again so you can see how easy they are. These I went ahead and broke in half. But you can just take your knife and cut them up, or you can break them. It doesn't really matter. They're going to get all covered in chocolate in a few minutes anyway. And those are going to get added in. And then I have about a cup of walnuts, and you can either chop them up, leave them whole, put in different kinds of nuts, add more. This just gives you a starting point. And all we're going to do is mix everything together. Now this total recipe, as it is about 350 carbs. If you can make 35 truffles, they're about 10 carbs a piece. And while it might seem like a lot if you're just one person or 2 people, these will keep very well. You probably don't want to freeze these because of the crackers, but they will keep in your refrigerator once they are hardened. So you just want to coat everything, and as I said, you can add more, you can put in less. It's up to you. But basically, it's very sweet, even with the high cocoa bars, because of what we're putting in it is sweet. And once that's done, I have over here a baking sheet that I lined with wax paper, and you're just going to drop these by teaspoons, and then they have to go in your refrigerator, of course. And you can see how easy it is to do. They will get hard and set up. You'll peel them right off, and you're going to have a really tasty treat that everybody's going to love. Alright, so you can see I didn't quite get 35 out of my batch. I got about 33, but it's close enough, and I'll put them in the refrigerator. And I kind of started these, but you can see how that they're all solidified, and you put them on a nice serving plate, and they make a really beautiful presentation. So there you have it. Thank you. You have to remember that healthy eating can be fun, delicious, and nutritious. Thank you for joining me. Expansions.com